Hello. So we'll start here the sexual offences. It is a very important topic for the practical as well as theory purpose. So in sexual offences, first the definitions are very important. So we'll start from the definition, that is the sexual violence. Sexual violence means the any sexual act is attempt to obtain a sexual act, unwanted sexual comments is called as the sexual violence. The sexual assault means the form of sexual violence is often used synonymously with the rape. It includes the touching another person's body in a sexual way without consent, sexual intercourse, oral, that may be oral intercourse, anal intercourse, sexual acts, child molestations, fondling, and attempted rape. These all are considered in the sexual assault. Then there are two types of offences. One is the natural offences and second one is the unnatural offences. The natural offence means the offence which are committed in the order of nature. The offence which are committed in order of the nature, that is the penetration of the penis in vagina. So the examples of the natural offences, the types in rape, incest and adultery. So in natural offences only three: rape, second one is the incest and third one is the adultery. And in unnatural offense means the sexual intercourse against the order of nature. Sexual intercourse against the order of nature, that is the act does not involve the penetration of penis in the vagina. So in unnatural offenses there are four types: sodomy, bestiality, buccal coitus, and lesbianism. So in natural offenses three: rape, incest, adultery. In unnatural offenses, sodomy, bestiality, buccal coitus, and lesbianism. The natural offense which are committed in order of nature, and the basic difference between natural and unnatural in unnatural is the against the order of nature. So the sexual pervergence means the sexual excitement or the orgasm is associated with the acts or the imaginary that are considered unusual, abnormal, or deviant with the culture. Sexual perversions of the sexual excitement or the orgasms is associated with the acts or imaginary that are considered unusual or abnormal within the culture. Then the sexual harassment means the physical contact, demanding the sexual favors, showing pornography against her will. Showing pornography against her will, it is punishable with the rigorous imprisonment for 1 to 3 years with or without fine. That is according to section 354A IPC. These definitions are very important for the Viva, or even in the long question you can start with these definitions as an introduction. Then rape is according to section 375 IPC. 375 IPC, that is Indian Penal Code. So the definition of the rape, this definition should be on the tip of the tongue. It is commonly asked in the Viva. It is the unlawful sexual intercourse by a man with woman and penetrates his penis into the vagina, mouth, urethra, anus, or it inserts any object or any part of his body or applies his mouth in the vagina, mouth, anus, and urethra, or it manipulates any part of her body so as to cause the penetration in the vagina, anus, urethra against her will, without her consent, with consent when the consent is obtained by putting her in the fear of death or hurt. The consent under the unsound mind or any intoxicant given to the victim under 18 years with or without consent when she is unable to communicate the consent. So in the previous definition of the rape, there is the penetration of penis into the vagina, that is sufficient for the rape. But according to the new recent amendments of the rape law, the penetrates in the penis into the vagina, mouth, urethra, anus, as well as any object, even a pen, pencil, or any object, any part of his body, or applies his mouth in the vagina, mouth, anus, urethra, is also called as a rape in recent amendments. But that should be against her will, without her consent, with consent, when the consent is obtained by putting her in the fear of death or hurt, consent under the unsound mind, intoxication, under the 18 years with or without consent, and when she is unable to communicate the consent. So this definition is very, very important. So the exceptions of the rape, when there is a medical intervention or any medical procedure that is not a rape. Then sexual intercourse by a man with his wife not being under the age of 15 years is not a rape. Then explanations, it is the penetration or insertion can be any extent. Even a touch or on the outer side, labia majora is sufficient to cause rape. Then consent is not required. Then the definitions of the custodial rape. Custodial rape means the rape of the woman by a person who are in the position of the authority. Rape of the woman by a person who are in the position of the authority, such as the police officers in custody, then jailer in the jail, then the hospital administrator or hospital in charge in the hospital and in the ashram. So these are the examples of the custodial rape. So the punishment for the custodial rape is different than the other regular rape. It is more in custodial rape. In gang rape means when more than one person constituting a group. When more than one person is constituting a group, it is called as gang rape. Means more than one person is involved in the gap. If there is a 2 person, 3 person, 4 person, it is gang rape. Then statutory rape, it is the sexual intercourse with a girl under the age of consent, that is 18 years. Less than 18 years, it is the statutory rape. Then punishment for the rape, it is according to section 376 IPC. So the definition of the rape according to section 375 IPC, punishment for the rape, section 376 IPC, these all are MCQs. In section 377, 376, there are the subdivisions. In 376 1 IPC, there is a rigorous imprisonment for the term greater than 7 years, which may extend to life imprisonment and fine. Rigorous imprisonment for a term greater than 7 years or 7 years, which may extend to life imprisonment and the fine, that is 376 1. In 376 2 IPC, that is the rigorous imprisonment for greater than 10 years or life imprisonment and fine. So in 376 2 IPC, the custodial rape, rape by the relative, guardian or the teacher, then in communal violence, then physical or mentally disabled victim. So according to this, the punishment is greater than 10 years or the life imprisonment. In section 376A IPC, in which it causes the death or persistent vegetative state, punishment is the rigorous imprisonment for greater than 20 years or death. In section 376B IPC, by a husband upon his wife, during separation without her consent. Without her consent is very important. A husband upon his wife during a separation without her consent is punished with imprisonment for 2 to 7 years and fine. See in section 376B IPC, the punishment is less, because in this the husband rape upon his wife during separation without her consent. So the punishment is 2 to 7 years. In other rape, the punishment is greater than 7 years minimum. Then in section 376D IPC, The gang rape punishment is the rigorous imprisonment for greater than 20 years. All above the offences are cognizable and non-bailable except section 376 BIPC. All above offences are cognizable and non-bailable. It means in this 376 IPC, the warrant is not required. So police can arrest the accused without the warrant. That is the cognizable and non-bailable offence. In the recent Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013, in which it has expanded the definition of rape to all forms of the sexual violence, that is the oral, anal, vaginal, including objects, weapons, or even a finger insertion is also a recent amendment, that is the rape. Hence, rape can be a natural, unnatural sexual intercourse, or the perversions, or the combination of all three. The right to the treatment for all survivors, victims of the sexual violence by the public and the private healthcare facilities is a failure to treat is now an offence under the law. I already told you that in natural offences, there is the first is the rape, second one is the incest, and third one is the adultery. So here the incest. So incest means the sexual intercourse by a man with a woman who is closely related to him by the blood or marriage. Sexual intercourse by a man with a woman he is closely related to him by the blood or the marriage. So the examples of the incest in which there is a rape with the daughter, granddaughter, sister, or the aunt. So in which the sexual intercourse with the closely blood relatives. In India, the incest is not a criminal offence unless it amounts to the rape or the adultery. It comes under section 376 and section 497 IPC. Adultery. So adultery means the voluntary sexual intercourse between a married man and someone other than his wife, or vice versa. Voluntary sexual intercourse between a married man and someone other than his wife, or a wife other than his husband. So it is the adultery. And the section 497 IPC, it is imprisonment up to 5 years and fine, and in 498 imprisonment up to 2 years and fine in adultery. So these all are the natural sexual offences: rape, incest, and adultery. Now the unnatural sexual offences. The unnatural sexual offences means the sexual intercourse against the order of nature with any man, woman, or animal. Sexual intercourse against the order of nature with any man, woman, or animal. So for unnatural sexual offences, the IPC is 377. So in 377, there is a punishment up to 10 years and fine. So in the definition of rape, 375, punishment for the rape, 376, and unnatural sexual offences, 377 IPC. So these are important MCQs. So in unnatural sexual offences, there are 4 types: sodomy, lesbianism, bestiality, and buccal coitus. Sodomy, lesbianism, bestiality, and buccal coitus. So sodomy is also called as buggery. It is the anal intercourse between the two males or between the male and female. It is the anal intercourse between the two males or between the male and female, in which the habitual passive agents are called as gays or queens in the West. In India, they are called as hijadas or jananas. It is also called as Greek love. Sodomy or buggery is also called as Greek love. It is again a MCQ. It is frequently seen in the sailors, prisoners, or in military barracks or in the ashrams. So the examination of passive agent of the sodomy is the written authorization from the magistrate or police is required. Without that, we cannot perform the examination. In that the name, age, sex, address, date, and time of examination is important. Then two identification marks are the required for the identification purpose. Then consent is required, that is the written consent is required. Then history, date, and the time of incident, defecation, change of the clothing, whether the person is bathing or washing the anal area after the act. This history is very important in case of the sodomy. Then is there any use of the lubricant and degree of the penetration is specifically asked. Then the gait of the victim is noted, whether the gait is steady or unsteady, is there any difficulty in the walking or not. Then the examination should be carried out in the proper light in the knee elbow position only. Knee elbow position. The findings in the sodomy are the anal muscles are dilated with the loss of elasticity and the tone on the digital examination. There is a pain and tenderness during the examination. There is pain and tenderness during the examination. If the person is habitual, at that time there is no pain or tenderness during the examination. If the person is not habitual, at that time there is a pain and tenderness. Then there is a diffuse swelling of the anal margins with the obliteration of the normal anal skin folds. Linear abrasions on the perianal area are more marked in the children. Sudden force may produce the anal laceration with the bruising. Even there is a finger tip bruise over the buttocks. Anal fissures may also be present in case of the sodomy. Blood and the seminal stains may be found in sticking to the cloths of the passing agent. The swabs from the inside and around the anus should be preserved for the microscopic examination. The presence of the combination of the semen, feces, lubricant, and the pubic hair on the cloths is almost the diagnostic of the sodomy. The presence of the combination of semen, feces, lubricant, and pubic hair on the cloths is almost a diagnostic of sodomy. But if the person is accused the condom at that time, his semen is not seen. In the signs, the shaving of the anal hairs, the victim does not experience pain or tenderness on examination. The skin around the anus is smooth and thickened. There is a loss of the anal tone. Then there is dilatation and elasticity of the anus and epithelialization of the wrinkle mucosa of this part. This is tested by the lateral buttock traction test. Lateral buttock traction test is the MCQ. It is done in sodomy. Then the anal fissures, piles, and the scars of the old laceration may be present. Then there is a presence of the venereal diseases. The specimens to be collected in case of the sodomy: the head hair, pubic hair, loose hairs, and the fibers found anywhere on the body. Then there is a nail scrapings should be collected. Swabs from the any soil areas of the skin. Swabs from the anal, perianal, and lower rectum. Then blood and the urine. Examination of the active agent. So in active agent, there is a peculiar smell of the anal glands, traces of the fecal matter, and lubricant on the genital organs. Then abrasions on the prepuce and the glans penis, and tearing of the frenulum. In habitual sodomies, the penis may be elongated and constricted. In habitual sodomies, the penis may be elongated and constricted at some distance from the glands with twisted urethra. Then there is a presence of the blood and seminal stains, presence of the venereal diseases, marks of the violence on the body. Cloths may show the seminal stains or the mixture of the semen and feces. Second type of the unnatural offense, that is tribadism or lesbianism. It is the female homosexuality in which two of women by a mutual act of the sexual indulgence achieve the sexual gratification. That is the female homosexuality means the lesbianism or tribalism. It is usually induced by the women who have repulsion for the male or who suffer from the nymphomania. Nymphomania means the excessive desire of the sexual. The third type is the bestiality or zoophilia, in which the sexual intercourse with the animal, either vaginal, anal, or oral. Sexual intercourse with the animal, either vaginal, anal, or oral. The usual victims are the pets and the farm animal. Generally, sheep are used by the males and dogs or the cats by the females. The fourth type is the buccal coitus. It denotes the penile or vaginal oral sexual intercourse and it can be performed by both males and female. It denotes the penile or vaginal oral sexual intercourse can be performed by both male and females, that is buccal coitus. The last one is the sexual perversions. In sexual perversions, the sexual excitement or the orgasm is associated with the act or imaginary that are considered unusual, abnormal, or deviant within the culture. Sexual perversion is the separate short note, important short note. Sexual perversions means the sexual excitement or orgasm is associated with the acts or imaginary that are considered unusual, abnormal, or deviant with the culture. So in sexual perversion, there are again two types. So the first type is the sadism, in which the persons get sexual gratification by infliction of the pain or the physical cruelty, like beating, biting, cigarette burns to the partner. Persons get sexual gratification by beating, biting, cigarette burns to the partner. That is called as sadism. In masochism, the sexual gratification is obtained only when they receive the painful stimulus from the opposite partner. It is the reverse of the sadism. Sexual gratification is obtained only when receive the painful stimulus from the opposite partner. That is masochism. Sadism and masochism are the different. In fetishism, the sexual gratification is obtained by wearing the dress of the opposite sex. Sexual gratification is obtained by wearing the dress of the opposite sex. Then in voyeurism, there is a desire of the individual to observe the unsuspecting people undressed or naked, taking bath, see the genitals, or watch the intercourse to get the erotic excitement and sexual gratification. So it is also called as the peeping Tom. It is the desire of the individual to observe the unsuspecting people undressed or naked, taking bath, see the genitals, or watch the sexual intercourse, get the erotic excitement and sexual excitement. Voyeurism is also called as peeping Tom. Then exhibition, it is the desire and intentional exposure of the genitalia in public place while in presence of the clothes or to obtain the sexual pleasure. This act is punishable under section 294 IPC with imprisonment up to 3 months or fine. Section 294 punishment 3 months, it is MCQ. Then voyeurism, it is obtain sexual arousal and the gratification by rubbing one's genitals against a non-consenting person in public place. Obtain the sexual arousal and the gratification by rubbing one's genital against a non-consenting person in public place. It is commonly seen in the railways or in the public transport or the bus. In pedophilia, in which the recurrent intense sexual fantasies, urges, or behaviors involving the sexual activities with the children. The sexual activity with the children, that is pedophilia. In masturbation, it is the deliberate self-stimulation which results in the sexual arousal. Masturbation is an offense only if it is committed publicly. Lust murder means it is the homicide in which the offender stabs, pierces, slashes, or otherwise mutilates the sexual organs or the areas of the victim's body. It is the homicide in which the offender stabs, pierces, slashes, or otherwise mutilates the sexual organs or areas of the victim body is called as lust murder. Necrophilia means after murder, the sadist may have sexual intercourse with the victim. The sexual intercourse with the victim after murder is called as necrophilia. In indecent assault, it is any unwanted sexual behavior or touching of a female without her consent. It is any unwanted sexual behavior or touching of the female without her consent with the intention or knowledge to outrage her modesty. Indecent assault is also called as Vinay-Bang in Marathi. It is punishable according to section 354 IPC, in which the punishment is 1 to 5 years or fine. Thank you. So in which no one has the right to take it by the force. Thank you.